Good morning, everybody. Here we are again. Well, first of all, I think I need to apologize because the reins I was making, I forgot to videotape some steps. Anyway, this sequence, it's what it's gonna be like. And I forgot to videotape how I do my turnbacks, which is basically the same way Nate Walt taught us at the gathering 4 or 5 years ago. So I got a core in these reins, so the reins are round. But what I did is I braided the reins and then I stretched them and rolled them and pulled them through not around there, but worked with a leather strap and let that dry a little bit to see where I was at in my measurement. And I wanted these reins to be 36 inches. So I unbraided what I had more than 36 inches and then cut off the core and braided my 8 strings, but braided them square. And then I braided for another, it was 7 centimeters, which would be 2 3/4 of an inch. And then I folded it back and I braided it in. And I just went under 2. But what I did then, I took some pretty heavy waxed thread and I started going around it. And I really, I'd go around twice, put a square knot in there, but pull. And my friend Clint Haverty just made a post on that in the Rawhiders gathering, and then you can really get it really nice. And then I got this letter, which is about 2 millimeters, so it's about I think in America they refer to it as 5 ounce. And I really worked it between a couple of sticks and rolled it so it's really flexible. And so then I glued a leather on it, and when everything was nice and dry, I took it to a sander and I sanded it the way I wanted it to look. And my first attempt wasn't all too good, cut that off, but then I changed it a little bit and I ended up with this, which I kind of like. I stayed away from adding color in my buttons for a long time because to me, I think it's a really easy way to mask mistakes. And so I braided for a couple of years without too much color interweave, maybe in a Bozell noseband or whatever, but I wanted to get my buttons nice and straight first. So it's going to be like a natural long button like you see here with I'd call it, I got this from Randy, and he had some kind of a name for the color. It's not red, it's not brown, it's not orange, it's somewhere in between anyway. So my natural long button is flanged by 2 ring knots off that color. And then I got a Turk's head or a pineapple, whatever you might want to call it, with natural and that same color interwoven and then there's going to be a bombazurda with a gaucho interweave. So here will come another bombazurda, the two-tone Turk set, and then another bombazurda, and then from here on. So also right here, I already had the leather glued on it and sanded it a little bit. And I do put some masking tape over it because it's real easy for me to draw a line and it's really visible. And I can do it with pencil so it won't show through my braid to help me keep my button straight. Now this masking tape you see here, I was able to leave it on, and so I measure off the space that I'm going to need for the glue, and then I put that masking tape on there, and that way I can work on the glue and work it off, and the glue won't get on the rest of my my braid. And you might notice that the body is a little darker than what it was before, and that's because I worked on it with a little coffee just to get a little different tone. So this was the original color, and this is what we get now. So anyway, this is where we are so far, and I'll try not to get caught up in it too much so I can videotape some more steps that I'm going to take. But like the two tips that really might help you is if you want to glue, put some masking tape on there, and you can glue liberally, you can do whatever you want, but you won't get glue on the rest of your braid. And make sure, especially on your turn back, that you use like an artificial sinew or whatever and just tie it down like tight, like pulling it as much as you can. That'll slim everything down, and then you can put a little leather collar on it and take it to the sander, or just use a piece of sandpaper and you can shape it the way you want it. So I'd say that's it for now, and if you got any other questions, you can comment, do that in the comment section. So, and if you like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, and I think that's about it. So we'll move on.